Things and stuff. Hey there, tiny computer camera. How's it going? I decided to make another video. Just to let you know, the reason I'm making this is because I am feeling kind of full of angry red rage right now. Just about as red as that cat. Um, Basically, I tried to do my tax return, I knocked the plug out of my computer turned off, I tried to log back on again, I forgot my password, so I got locked out of my account for 20 minutes. And rather than scream at inanimate objects for any longer, I thought, let's just make a video, and maybe that will help me feel a little bit less stressed, and like a deep sea fish that's been brought to the surface and is about to like... Okay. So I decided to do today the 5 most embarrassing accidents I have ever had. So starting with the first one would be my introduction to my college dorm. When I started university, like a lot of people my age, you wanted to be cool, you wanted to invent yourself again, you were free from your parents, so you were like, I want to be this cool person. So I decided to swing around on the kitchen door frame to face my new colleagues. Who were all playing cards, and I swung round and stupidly managed to knock the fire exit pole, which holds the door shut, away from the door, so the door slammed shut on my hand. I lost the fingernail on this finger, although it's there now, it did grow back. And I came to about 10 minutes later, having passed out on the floor, apparently kind of making strange noises, and apparently saying, I felt a bit goosey-loosey, oh, which became a quote that was thrown back at me quite a few times. So that was cool. My introduction to college was to scream and pass out on the floor. My second more embarrassing story would be the way that I broke my arm. I've only broke one arm, my left arm. Most people break that doing really cool things like tree climbing, shut up, tree climbing is cool, mountain biking, dirt biking, that kind of thing. I broke mine by falling off a chair whilst pretending to be a bus driver in a school performance. I fell into the orchestra pit, broke my arm, screamed, passed out. Yes, there's a long-running theme. Sasha passes out when he feels pain. And when I came to, the only thing I wanted to ask was, who was the person screaming like a crazy person? The answer, of course, was it was me. And also my arm was all like... which was kind of freaky. The other one would have to be hurting myself on a parked car. Now, I find this amusing because, people get run over and that's kind of truly pretty bad and a frightening occurrence. But managing to run yourself over with a parked car, I think is quite impressive. I managed to slip on some ice while stepping out of a taxi and slipped so fast that I went under the car and smacked my head on the exhaust pipe. So again, that was a long-running joke among my friends because I managed to get hit by a stationary vehicle. Now, number 2, I quite enjoy this because it sounds like something someone would say who was actually possibly in a much darker situation. I managed to give myself a black eye by opening a door into my own face. The door in my old room used to get really cold and stuck. So of course the wise thing to do is to lean really far forwards, pull on it really hard, so when it does finally pop open, you smack yourself right in the face and give yourself a great big purple black eye. And it does sound like something that, your parents have been abusing you or something. So when I went to school and explained that, I'm sure they were quite worried. But my parents were awesome, FYI. Now the final one, I love this story because it was incredibly awkward. So let me set the scene. I mean, everyone's been there, right? You go to a bookshop, you go to buy your books, and suddenly you're faced with bleeding stigmata. No, okay, let me explain. I was serving a lady at a bookshop that I was working at. I managed to knock some drawing pins all over the floor, and we both kind of tittered, like, haha, oh, what a numpty. So I bent down to pick them up and slipped, and when I slipped, my knee went smashing down into the drawing pins. And the panic of that meant both my hands flew down to the floor as well, so I managed to get 6 drawing pins in one hand, 3 in the other, and 5 in my knee. It's kind of gross, they went all the way in. I had little circles, that's all you could see. And so when I stood back up again, I was suddenly there with blood streaming down my hands, completely spaced out, just repeating over and over again, what have I done? So, from the lady's perspective, 1 minute she's being served by this nice, mildly bumbling gent, and then suddenly I reappear from underneath, bleeding like the Antichrist or Christ, I don't know, I'm not good with religion. And so she actually backed away, tripped over a pile of books, and then ran out the shop. Bookshops be dangerous places, just another FYI. I have many a bookshop story that is actually pretty good as well. We'll see. Anyway, I feel better. I feel better for just like speaking at you, lovely little camera. So thanks for that. Probably next week I will be in a better situation, less stressed, and more able to be creative and interesting. Until then, have an awesome week, and I will see you then. And final fun fact. My mum bought me this cat all the way from England for Christmas. Look what it does. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh!